Hi, and welcome to Geno's Takes. More Tuesday Night Mac-tion, the later game, because we're comparing two objects, not the latest. There's only two. The NIU Huskies, and I'm sorry if I got wordy with the Bowling Green pick. We'll get to the point quickly here. Or have we? Have we not? Are laying 2 scores to the OU Bobcats. And the OU Bobcats are coming off a win last week against Ball State, where they probably clinched a bowl berth, and good for them. But let me tell you something. Right now, I believe the Northern Illinois, I love saying that, Huskies are the best team in all of the MAC. They just play so well. Now look, they lost 3 games in a row this year, but they lost them to very good teams. The Buckeyes, the BC Eagles, and the Chippewas, a tough rival in the MAC. But since then, they have been money and made us money, winning 6 straight, covering, not losing a single, covering 5 and pushing in 1. And they're just on fire, basically doubling the score of their opponents, beating them by an average score of 42-21. Yep. The Huskies are basically twice as good, at least, as everyone they face, and I don't think that's going to change in their matchup against the OU Bobcats. You want one more staggering fact? Ready for this? The last time the Huskies don't lose in November. The last time they lost in November was to these Bobcats. Does that scare you? Maybe it won't when I tell you it was in 2009. Let me say that again. The Huskies have not lost a game in November since 2009, in over 6 years. Let me put that in perspective one other way. The New York Mets have lost more games in this past November than the Huskies have lost in the past 6 Novembers. And I'll tell you something, that makes sense because something the Huskies have that the Mets didn't, in Ryan Graham, their quarterback, the Huskies have a guy whose arm they can rely on the entire game. And sorry, Giannis Cespedes, Graham's legs don't vanish late in a run either. See what happened there? Sorry, Mets fans. You cost us all money. Look, that's why, with Graham playing behind center, picking up right where Drew Hare left off, he is keeping defenses honest, and he's keeping running lanes open for this kid, Jordan Huff, who is finding space and running like crazy, which is why if you ask Jordan Huff about his quarterback, he'll say that Graham is his favorite cracker. Some of these are just for me. Look, meanwhile, the Bobcats are basically the Mendoza line of the MAC. They beat very bad teams like Ball State last week, but you know how they do against the elite of the MAC? Well, let's go over. They lost to Bowling Green 62-24, and they lost recently to the Western Michigan Broncos 49-14, who we're exposing is not as good a team as we thought. How do we know that? Because last week we told you to take the Huskies, and we know you did, over those Broncos, and they finished strong. The Huskies won. You know why? Because the Huskies are basically better than either Bowling Green or Western Michigan right now, which is why I don't think this game is even close. Take the Huskies, lay the 2 scores. That's Geno's Tuesday Night Mac-tion. Ready for some Thanksgiving football?